Welcome to day 4 of this 30-day split challenge. If you like this content, please subscribe below. Let's begin with a calming breath called Nadi Shodhana, also known as alternate nostril breathing, to balance the mind and bring a sense of calm. Start by closing your right nostril with your left thumb. Inhale through the left nostril, then close the left nostril with your right finger. Release the right nostril and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril, then close it, and exhale through the left. This completes one cycle. Let's repeat this for 3 cycles of breath, closing your right nostril with your right thumb. Inhale through the left nostril. Close the left nostril with your ring finger. And then release the right nostril and exhale. Inhale through the right nostril, close it, and then exhale through the left. Inhale through the right, and exhale through the left. Inhale through the right, and exhale through the left. Finding a few more cycles of breath on your own. And place both hands down on your knees, setting an intention for today's practice. It could be simple, like finding new depth in your stretch, or allowing yourself to embrace patience as you open up. Inhale, set that intention, and exhale, letting go of any distractions. Let's make our way into a tabletop position to find a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round through your spine, tuck your chin towards your chest. Moving through the breath here for about a minute as you feel each vertebrae when you move. Inhale to gaze up and exhale to tuck in, moving as fast or as slow as your body feels necessary, honoring your body. Keep breathing as you move. And we'll slowly make our way into our downward facing dog, pressing down through the hands, lifting your hips high. Take a moment to find movement by pedaling out the feet, warming up through the backs of the legs and hamstrings. And we'll make our way to the top of the mat when you're ready, flowing through 3 rounds of Sun Salutation A. Inhale, reach your arms up, find length. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Step back into your plank pose. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra pose, finding your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Repeating this 2 more times. Inhale, come to the top of the mat, stepping all the way up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhaling, sweeping the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into your plank pose. Lower down all the way to the ground. Inhale, Cobra pose. And then exhale, make your way downward facing dog. 1 more round. Bend your knees, step all the way up to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping back, plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk or jump to the front of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Bring your arms alongside your body. Roll the shoulders back and down, finding your mountain pose. Engage your core as you stand upright in your mountain. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Making your way back into your downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward in between your hands into a high lunge, high up on the ball of your back foot. Feeling the stretch in your hip flexors, make your way down to your lizard pose, either keeping the back knee lifted or lowering it down. Stay here for a few breaths, breathing deeply into your hips, coming into the shape by allowing yourself to release your elbows down towards the ground or stay high up on your palms. Taking time here, connecting with your breath, sinking deeply into your hips, and softening any of the tension in the body that you don't need for this pose. Breathe. And we're going to make our way back into our downward facing dog. Now let's do the other side, reaching the left leg up and back. Bring the knee to the nose, step the foot through. Inhale into your high lunge. And gently bring your hands down to the ground, making your way into your lizard pose when you're ready. The back knee can be lifted or you can lower it down to the ground. Staying here for a few breaths. And taking a moment to decide if you want to stay up on your palms. Or maybe you drop down to your elbows. Breathe as you settle into this pose. Connecting with the moment. Sinking into it a little deeper. And then make your way into your downward facing dog. Take a moment here, swaying the hips from side to side, sending the heels over to the left, getting a stretch through the side of the body, and then over to the right. Making your way into a wide-legged forward fold prasarita, stepping your feet wide apart, parallel to each other. Toes will point in and heels will point out. And let your upper body fold forward. You can decide if you'd like to place your hands on the mat or hold on to your ankles. Staying here in your prasarita for a few breaths. Allowing the feeling of the stretch through the backs of your legs. Breathe in your forward fold. Now take the left hand down to the ground and inhale as you reach your left arm up towards the sky, finding a twist in your prasarita. Breathe. And then we'll make our way back, bringing both hands down on the ground. Plant your right hand down. Inhale the left arm up towards the sky, breathing as you open up through the chest. stay here. And slowly bring that arm back down towards the ground, bringing elbow to elbow and swaying from side to side. Now we're going to make our way into our side lunge, bending the right knee, extending the left leg straight, pointing the left toes up towards the sky, and maybe bring your hands to your heart center, rolling the shoulders down the back body, and finding the connection to your breath here. Slowly make your way back through center, and then find side lunge on the other side, extending that leg out long, pointing the toes up towards the sky, and bring your hands to your heart center. Finding balance and strength in this pose. And then we'll take our way over to the other side, finding side lunge on the right side again. Straightening the leg out and pointing the toes up towards the sky. Breathe. And we'll make our way back slowly to our Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold, and move to the other side one more time. Finding your balance here, extending that leg out long. Place your hands at heart center, or maybe you reach your arms up overhead. Whatever feels good in the body. Making your way back into your Prasarita pose, wide-legged forward fold. Stepping your feet in towards each other, coming into your Malasana squat pose. Allowing the feet to be a little wider than hip distance apart, with your toes out and your heels in, and your hands at your heart center. Stay tall through the spine and take a few deep breaths here. Take your left hand down towards the ground and reach your right arm back, finding a twist in your squat pose, gazing back toward your right thumb. Bringing the hands back down to center, and we'll make our way into twisting on the other side, planting that right hand down and twisting open to the left, extending out through the chest and gazing back at your left thumb. Bring your hands back to your heart, pressing your elbows in towards your thighs, and then gently come down to the ground to set up for Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Bringing the soles of your feet together, letting your knees flap open, allowing the knees to flutter down out to the sides for a few breaths. Breathe. And gently sit up tall, finding length in the spine. If it feels comfortable, fold forward over your legs, holding this pose for about a minute. Finding that connection with your breath. Maybe inhale to find a bit of length in your spine. And exhale as you surrender back into the pose. And breathe. On every inhale, maybe you find a little bit more length in the spine. And we'll slowly start to make our way out of it, extending the legs straight out in front of you, reaching the arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold over the legs, reaching for whatever's accessible in the body. Inhale to find length, and exhale to fold deeper into the pose. And breathe. And you can allow the knees to be slightly bent if you're finding any tension in the lower back. Maybe sway from side to side, getting a little bit of movement here in the body. Fully surrendering here into the pose. And we'll start to make our way out of the pose, walking the hands up the body. And we'll make our way to lying down on our back, to setting up for our figure 4 stretch. So bring your right knee in towards your chest, giving it a big squeeze. Take your right ankle and cross it over your left knee. You can take your right hand and gently press the knee away from you to give it a little bit of a stretch here. And thread the hands through your legs, interlacing your hand behind your shin or your knee, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And see if you can allow your head and neck to relax down on the ground. Find your connection to your breath here. And breathe as you stay here for a few moments. Softening any tension in the body that you don't need for this pose. And then we'll release the hands by the sides, teeing them out like a goalpost. Sending your right foot over to the right, finding a twist here. Connecting to the breath as you gaze over your right shoulder. Opening up through the chest. Breathe. Come back to center, uncross the leg. And we'll do the other side. Left knee comes in towards the chest. Crossing the ankle over the knee. Threading the hands through that leg, interlacing the hands behind the knee. Seeing if you can soften the head down towards the ground. Breathing into the pose. Breathing into any tension in the legs or the hips. Just allowing yourself to soften in this pose for a minute. And breathe. Keep connecting to the breath as you soften the shoulders. And we'll make our way out of the pose, bringing our arms out to a T or a goalpost. And then sending that foot over to the right side of the body. Breathing into the hips. Opening up through the chest in this twist. Breathe here as you connect to the foundations of the ground beneath you. Keep connecting to the rhythm of the breath. And we'll slowly make our way out of it, making our way into a tabletop position in the middle of the mat. From here, we're going to send that right leg back behind us, bring the knee in towards the nose and step the foot through, bringing your hands alongside your body, high up on the fingertips, shifting your hips back, Straightening the right leg towards the front of the mat, pointing the toes up towards the sky. Finding our half split pose here, taking a moment and settling into this pose. Allowing yourself to stay here, maybe swaying the hips from side to side, finding that balance between effort and ease. Inhale, maybe you lengthen up through the spine, and exhale, fold forward over that right leg, getting deep into the stretch here as we make our way into our splits pose. Taking a moment to connect where you are, and maybe you shift a little bit deeper by walking that right foot forward and folding over that extended leg. Allow yourself to stay in the present moment, honoring yourself where you are. And take another few breaths here. And we'll slowly make our way out of it gently and safely, making our way back into our tabletop position so we can do the other side. Left leg lifts up and back. Bring the knee in towards the nose. Dome through the upper back. Step that foot through. Coming high up on your fingertips. Sinking into the pose. Roll the shoulders back down the body. And then shift the hips back. Point the left toes up towards the sky. And maybe sway from side to side with the hips. And breathe. Coming high up on the fingertips, find a flat back. And exhale, surrender over that extended leg. And breathe. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you find a little bit deeper of a stretch by walking that left heel forward and that right knee back. Connecting to where you are in the present moment, finding that balance between effort and ease. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Maybe bending that extended leg a little bit and sinking deeper into the pose. Gently, we'll make our way out of it, walking the feet together, coming into our tabletop position, sway from side to side, and we'll make our way into extended child's pose, bringing the knees as wide as the mat, extending the arms forward. And we'll come to lying on our backs for our final resting pose, Savasana. Coming to lying down on your back, separating your feet as wide as the mat, bringing your arms alongside your body, or maybe one hand comes on your belly and one on your chest, allowing your body to sink down into the mat, melting deeper and deeper into relaxation. Let yourself stay in this pose for as long as you need to. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Thank you so much for joining me today for day 4 of our 30-day challenge to splits. If you'd like to sign up for the challenge to get daily emails of inspiration, you can click on the link in the description box below. I look forward to seeing you for day 5.